Hello my friends, and welcome back to Backpack Battles. Hope you're all doing well. This is a game that I really enjoyed the demo of, and it just released in early access. In fact, you can watch some of my videos on the demo of this game right here on the channel. I played quite a bit of it and got to Master's Rank, or whatever the highest rank was called in the demo. It's been a couple months, and the early access release has just come out, releasing a whole bunch of new items, 2 new classes, which I'm very excited about, and I'm just going to be jumping in and checking out the new content in the game. I haven't played in a couple months, and so things that are relatively new that were added in the demo I won't be familiar with, so we'll be learning a little bit as we go together. But I have played exactly 1 match since the early access release and went, I think, 16 of a possible 18 wins, so you can see my rank is still in bronze. We're going to try to get that going quickly. Let's just jump in and play the Berserker. This game is an asynchronous multiplayer game, meaning that I am playing with other people, but we don't have to all be joining the same server or playing all at the same time. And how it works is that we are going to be trying to create combinations of items that will allow our character to fight better. You'll get the hang of it as soon as we jump into our first match. If you haven't seen this game before, I do recommend it. It's really fun and really tactical, full of lots of puzzle solving. It's a game about building characters, and as you know on this channel, I really like to build characters, and this game is just basically building characters and seeing how they match up against one another. Right away, we have, for our Berserker, we get our unique mechanic is that we have this duffel bag, so when our health goes below half, we enter Battle Rage for 5 seconds, which makes us attack faster, and take less damage during the battle rage. I don't think that's a super strong unique class ability, but we get a lot of cool unique items that trigger off of it, so that can be pretty useful. We also have a forging hammer that does more damage based on empower, which is a buff that we can give our weapons, although we don't, I believe, have any way to empower our weapons currently. But what we do have is a piggy bank, and piggy bank will just give me extra money per round, which is great. I love that, and we get to buy it on sale, so it's going to pay for itself relatively quickly. And I'm also going to buy this whetstone when it's on sale, because why not? On sale items are pretty cheap to buy. You can see we bought it for 2, we can sell it for 2, so it's effectively free to have purchased that, and we can sell the piggy bank for 2. So if we just sell it next round, we'll have made a profit of 1. Other than that, I'm not that excited about any of the other things in this shop, I don't think. Nothing that combines with my current items, so we're going to do a reroll and see if there's anything else we can get that's exciting. I'll definitely buy more storage space, but I want to win this first combat, and I think the best way to do that is to have this wooden buckler. So I'll buy the wooden buckler, I will buy the storage space, because you need to increase the size of your storage space, or it's going to be hard. And we will also reserve this walrus tusk. We can later combine it with the buckler to make a more powerful item. And I might as well grab this pocket sand. Now I've got these items, so I want to make sure they all match up. I want my forging hammer that attacks on a cooldown to be in the bag that makes my items attack faster. And then this thing does additional health for each start of battle item. So if I place it where it hits the whetstone, then it will work very well. And then the wooden buckler, doesn't matter where I place that, so we're ready to go to our first fight. I'm not super happy with this initial setup. I think we're going to lose this first fight. I'll slow this first fight down to half so you can see what happens. So our enemy attacks us, we're just trading damage. But they have 2 weapons, and we have an armor piece, so I think we're going to lose this first fight just by virtue of falling behind on damage. I'm going to speed it back up now that you can see what's happening. So basically, their cooldowns are going off. We're both in Berserker Rage. If we get a little lucky on the wooden buckler blocking, we might be able to take them down. And we did, in fact, scrape out a win with 1 remaining health. That's really good for us that we managed to get our first win, and we picked up extra currency from the piggy bank. So we got to get away with a greedy build and haven't lost a life yet. Now we can do a few more things. So I do want a second item, but let's get this. This will combine to a spiked shield, and I think that item's pretty good for the early game. It'll carry you pretty well through the early game. I'm going to roll and see if I can find another on sale anything, and we did indeed. I can also take this wooden sword. If I combine wooden sword with or 2 wooden swords with a whetstone, or a wooden sword with 2 whetstones. I forget exactly how it works. Yeah, wooden sword and 2 whetstones equals a hero sword. There's a bunch of new items here that I haven't yet unlocked, so I don't know all the recipes yet. I don't know that we need a hero sword. I think what I'm going to do is buy this pan, because we can place it here, and now it's also being triggered by the whetstone, and then we will get this fanny pack. Items in the fanny pack also trigger faster, so is there a way that I can get both my weapons in here? Yes, but then if I do that, only one of them's getting the whetstone boost. Does that matter? Frying pan may not have been the best purchase, also, I'm realizing, because we're not going to be building food, probably. I think what I want is to have the faster cooldowns and have this hit the hammer. No, it should hit the pan, because the pan attacks more frequently. And then we still got the piggy bank there. This is a start of battle item, so let's turn it so that the piggy bank is hitting that as well, because every item in the stars triggers the effect. And then, oh, I just had that not working last round, so obviously we should fix that. Alright, the setup's still not great, but we're combining an item, and that's usually pretty good, and we're making some money. This opponent is a ranger. They had a health potion, which healed them back up. We haven't even used our rage yet, and we're winning. We don't have so many items that it's consuming all of our stamina, so we managed to get that win. You have basically a maximum number of weapons that you can effectively use based on your stamina pool, so you need to make sure that you don't buy too many weapons. Alright, so if I had bought the wooden sword, we would have a hero sword, which would be pretty nice. Apparently the gloves and the hammer combine, so I'm going to pick those up and just see what that combination is. Dragon claws. I mean, that sounds good. Okay, and then we can do this. We lose some cooldown speed on our hammer this way. I'll figure out the placement once I've bought the rest of my items, but I will buy the leather bag, and then this stone just costs 1, so I might as well just pick it up, because we can always sell it back for 1. It's basically free to purchase. Alright, let's fix our setup here. I want both of these, if possible, I want them both in the fanny pack and in the duffel bag. Then I need this to be adjacent to there. I need this to be touching that. Piggy bank needs to touch all my start of battle items, if possible. Unfortunately, it's not possible to have it hitting the gloves of haste as well. No, it is. So we're going to move this around here, and then we get 3 things touching the piggy bank. Perfect. All right. Happy with this setup. Let's go to the next fight. This is why I like the spike shield early, by the way. We're getting a lot of wins just based on this item. Just because it blocks 35% to block 4 damage and remove enemy stamina is really helpful. Alright, another close win, but we're a pretty greedy build, and we've just combined another set of items. Thorn Whip is interesting because it does additional damage based on our thorns. We already have some thorns. Dragon Claws give us 10% chance to resist poison. During battle rage, items trigger faster. I don't even know if that's actually better than just the base items trigger 20% faster, because this only works for 5 seconds of the fight. I think the Dragon Claws might actually just be a downgrade from just the gloves. We can pick up a lump of coal, which can do extra damage. The Thorn Whip, like I said, is interesting. Oh, it also combines with the Forging Hammer. Wait, what did I just combine with the gloves? Gloves of Haste plus Forging Hammer. Oh, I see. It combines but doesn't consume the Forging Hammer. That's interesting. So then I can take this, and this can help forge an item as well. That's kind of neat. I'm not that worried about the piggy bank hitting everything. I'd rather have stuff triggering faster in Rage with the Dragon Claws. So we've got the Thorn Whip. I think I'm going to get rid of this pan also, because this is just too many different weapons. And I don't want to use all my stamina. is there a way that I can get both of these items into this, and have them both be hit by the claws, but we can do it this way. We can do that. There we go, and then let me just re-roll and see if there's something better I can get. Okay, great. Another fanny pack is pretty good. That will let me increase the attack speed of all of my items. I think I'll just buy that now. So now, ideally, I'd have both of these in both of them, which we can do. We can't quite do it that way. There is a lot of just rearranging items that goes on in this game. So if I place it like so, yeah, we can do that. Then this one is in 2 fanny packs and the duffel bag. This one only gets 1 fanny pack in the duffel bag, but that's okay. We get the gloves there. The whetstone can go here. And then these are start of game items. This is another start of battle item. That's okay, and then we'll just save our money and go into the next fight. I'm just curious as to what these will forge into. But currently we're just doing kind of a thorn-based build, where we build up a lot of thorns, a lot of spikes. And then our thorn whip is going to hit really hard and really frequently. Of course, our enemy is also building up a lot of spikes and has better defensive stats than we do, so we weren't able to win that one. Have lost a life now. Chain Whip. Okay, so this is a legendary weapon. Deals +1 damage for each buff you remove from your opponent. On hit, remove 2 random buffs from your opponent. During battle rage, additionally heal for 8. That's pretty cool. I'd say that's a pretty powerful weapon for us. Let's reroll here, I think. Although the additional health is not terrible either, the health regen. Because we get burst healing and damage reduction during our battle rage, so the healing herbs wouldn't be too bad, but I think I'm going to reroll and look for higher tier items. Leather boots, apparently we can also forge those, so let's give that a try and find out what those do. Dragon skin boots. Definitely going to buy another fanny pack just to increase the attack speed of all my items again. And we'll put it here, where our chain whip can now be in 3 different fanny packs, so it should be attacking very quickly. Let me just make sure also that... Yeah, so that should be attacking extremely fast. And then this one can go here. That can go there. We've got a $2 sale on another box, so I'll just buy that, and then let's go to the next fight. Not getting that much stronger in these last couple shops, but I'm still pretty happy with how our character is progressing. I'd say we're building for the future with our very fast attack speed on this weapon. So then any buffs we put on it are going to work really well. Unfortunately, we are running out of stamina, because we have 2 weapons, and one of them attacks so quickly it's draining all of our stamina, but we can sort that out as we go. Alright, Dragon Skin Boots. Battle Rage entered. Cleanse 3 random debuffs. Gain an Empowered and 8 armor. That's pretty good as well. We don't need this to be next to anything in particular. Holy Armor is pretty nice. This gives us regen based on our holy items, which we don't have any of currently, I don't believe. But this is an item I like a lot just because it counters poison, and poison builds, at least back when I was playing very frequently, were very powerful in this game. So I think what I might do is sell the pocket sand and the stone to get to the 14 to buy this. I'm getting pretty greedy with this piggy bank still, but I'm okay with that. So this enemy is doing poison to me, so I'm very happy to have this additional poison cleanse. And thanks to our stacking thorns and the fact that we're hitting this guy for more and more damage every second, because we're removing their buffs, means that we are going to win these long fights pretty reliably, I would say. Removing buffs is really powerful when fights go long as well. Spear, heroic potion. I don't think I want any of these. The flute is fairly interesting. Every 5 seconds, randomly gain 14 block or 2 stamina. No, I think we're going to pass on that. So I could buy more items. I think what we're going to do here is buy this mana orb. It combines with this item and gives us additional mana, which we can use when we pick up items that care about that. I think I'm not going to buy the fanny pack here because we actually have a lot of excess backpack space right now. I'm looking for items that actually make us stronger or contribute to our economy. Stone and the stone skin potion, I forget what that does. I think I probably have unlocked that. No, apparently I have not. Alright, well, in the spirit of science, we're going to find out what that does. So I'm going to buy this, I'll reserve this. And then this I can sell for 1 if I buy it. It gives me some mana, which we'll be gaining quite a lot of because of the mana orb. Let me also move this where it's hitting more things, because might as well. And it's going to make me some moon armor. I accidentally canceled my fight. Okay, well this opponent has a plan. It is to make a lot of fire and hit me with this hero longsword over and over again. But you can see they're really running into stamina trouble. Their weapons are not triggering that often. I'm gonna reduce the speed so you can see like how this fight is going. They are gaining a lot of healing and a lot of additional speed, attack speed. But their weapons are trying to trigger so fast that they don't have the stamina to support it. So, and of course we are eating their speed every time we hit them with the chain whip. Chain whip seems to be really good in long fights. Alright, what does the moon armor do? Gain 40 plus 20 for each magic item. Every 3 seconds, gain 2 and reflect 2 debuffs. Okay, that's pretty powerful. We no longer care about finding holy items because this triggers off of magic items. Do we have any magic items currently? No. And this is unique accessory. Yeah, none of these are magic, I don't think. So we have, these are all the barbarian subclasses, so I'm going to need to take a moment to look at what these do. So this does 30% chance, it's a weapon. It stuns and gives extra accuracy and crit chance to all of our items. Damage taken reduced by 10%. Battle rage lasts 0.5 seconds longer for each nature item. And then this gives us healing and mana. And this gives us mana. We don't have anything that uses mana. Blacksmith. Item crafted. Generate a flame. For each crafted item, the weapon gains plus 2 damage and uses 5% less. The weapon above the anvil. Pack leader. We get wolf companions offered in the shop. When you have at least 5 in power, 30% chance to resist debuffs. And this one, runes are offered in the shop. Gain luck for each gemstone. We haven't been generating gemstones, so we don't have anything socketed yet. I don't really know what's best for our setup. We have basically nothing that works with any of these subclass items. I don't really want to add another weapon to our setup because we are running into stamina issues already. I think what I might do is pick up the pack leader here, because then we can set up our weapons. We don't have any pets yet, but we'll hopefully be able to buy some. And I think this is going to be the best for just empowering our chain whip, which is all we really care about for this build right now. We're just trying to stack extra damage on our chain whip. Alright, so here's a wolf companion. The Courage Puppy, a legendary melee weapon pet, which costs no stamina to use. And can be forged, and it makes an armored Courage Puppy. Does extra damage for each pet. So this is just going to be a little bit of extra damage right now, but it's also buffing our wolf emblem. Or the wolf emblem is buffing our chain whip. So additional critical hit chance for each pet. It's currently 1 pet. Spiked collar gives us more battle rage and more spikes when we enter battle rage. We don't have anything that scales off of spikes, and we're not really generating that many spikes. More battle rage is tempting. Just 2 seconds longer of battle rage seems pretty good for this build. We don't have a lot of ways to heal, but that's still pretty powerful. Also, no magic items, by the way, just keeping an eye out for those. I think I'm just going to reroll. This is how you generate gemstones. I think I'm going to reroll again. Oh, whoops, I meant to unreserve this, but... and actually buy it. Now I need it to go where it can be next to this rock, and we make a strong stone skin potion with 2 stones. Right, okay. That's why I've never done that before, because that's still not a very good thing. But we should generate enough armor that we actually use the stone skin potion, so that should be okay. Alright, so they've got a ton of extra damage, and they're trying to hatch an egg. It's good that we encountered them when they are trying to hatch an egg. Or hatch a bunch of eggs, but this opponent seems to have a really good dragon build that is very much more powerful than what we're doing right now. Their pets are so souped up there. And I don't currently have a way to heal. I'm still just not finding any magic items also, so this moon armor is definitely not great. The Armored Courage Puppy, also let's take a look at what this does. Just does extra damage for each pet. Okay, it's just a little bit better. Shield of Valor can give me extra armor. That's pretty good. Works very well with the Holy Armor, but less well with the Moon Armor. Let's just roll for more pets, I think. Yeah, this is the plan. Armored Wisdom Puppy. These don't actually have to be next to each other, so we can reorganize like this. Oh yeah, I can... oh no, that's just another stone skin potion that it's telling me about. Let's also buy some more inventory space for next round. Alright, so this opponent's going all in on this Death Scythe. I don't think it's going to be doing enough damage to get through all of my armor and everything. And our Chain Whip is starting to hit really hard as we steal more debuffs. They do have a lot of healing, though. They healed quite a lot, but we still made it. Another pet, and so this one... I can continue to boost the critical hit damage of my weapons. This gets more for each pet. Oh yeah, I want the pets next to each other. That was definitely a mistake. Let's pick up Jinx Torquilla here. And then this. And then I need to reorganize so that all these pets can be adjacent to each other and all buffed by the Torquilla. Because I want all of these pets as well to be in a fanny pack. So we can do it like this. Now those are buffing each other. This guy is now doing additional damage 4 seconds. Triggers faster for each pet, sure. That's pretty good as well. Then we'll place this here. And then I can have my wolf emblem hitting all of these weapons and all of these pets. Perfect. Need this like so. I guess we'll keep the whetstone. And then this whole setup, honestly doesn't have to move at all. It can stay separated, which is kind of funny. Usually you don't end up with your backpack separated like that, but I'm just going to move it all down one just for the aesthetic. Okay, but then I have the issue of my gloves are not hitting the right items. So what if instead of that, we just move these things, put this here. Gloves can go here, boots can go here. Now at least the gloves are hitting the chain whip. And then we've just got these items. Okay, perfect. I could also sell something for the box of riches. Like if I sell this stone for 1, or the potion, which I don't really need, I can buy the box of riches and start getting gemstones. Gemstones are pretty powerful, and I think this stone skin potion was a mistake, so I'm going to do that. We'll just pick this up, because this will enable me to put socketed items into my weapons, making them more powerful, and since this is a build all about just buffing up this one chain whip as much as possible, having the gems to socket in will be really good. Still looking for magic items, but I guess as a Berserker, it's not surprising we can't find those very easily. So I'm hitting pretty hard, but our HP is just not quite keeping up. I just don't have the defensive stats at this point. So here we go, we can start buying these. So let me pick this up. Armor, we gain mana, we get armor, and so if I socket this in my armor, that'll give me a little bit of defense, which is pretty nice. I think 2 regen is not terrible for us either, but I think I want more healing than that. The corrupted crystal, we don't have anything that goes with it currently. We could do the blood amulet and the leather armor. That would be pretty good, so can I fit that? Because more health and vampirism would be really nice for this build, and the leather armor goes well with that. So I could sell this piggy bank. I don't have enough to sell. Of things that I'm happy to sell, it's stone for 1, piggy bank for 2, and then whetstone for 2. I don't think I'm that upset about selling the whetstone, so yeah, we can do that. And then I should be able to find a way to fit all of this stuff in. Make the vampiric armor. I'm not that worried about the wolf emblem not hitting the forging hammer. Oh, is this going to combine with the leather armor as well? Dragon scale armor or vampiric armor? I have found that the forging hammer does not seem to be buffing things sort of the way I want it to, so maybe we won't spend too much effort on that. Alright, so now I have to be a little careful here because I want to, or I need to structure this in such a way that we get a 4x4. There we go. And then I've got this topaz, which I will just put in my weapon to make it attack faster. This is better, because now we've got starting armor, so we're not just getting burst down immediately. I'm running into stamina issues, but not nearly as much as my opponent in this round is. Now we've got the vampiric armor, so we get additional armor and healing. Glowing crown, cleanse, a blind, heal for 5, use 10 mana, which we don't have anything that uses it, and we have a few ways of generating it to become invulnerable for 2 seconds. That seems pretty good, actually. I think I'm going to do that. Put this forging hammer away for now. And then this chipped amethyst, we want remove random buffs, right? Yes, because +1 damage for each buff removed from our opponent, so if we put the chipped amethyst in the chain whip, that's really good for me. What if I also move all this stuff over? Yes, now this is hitting more things, which is great. And then actually I can fit this in. Perfect. All right. This is a much better setup. I should definitely have reorganized that earlier, because now Jinx Torquilla here is hitting everything. Well, this opponent seems to have a lot of additional heat. Everything triggers so much faster, and they have friendly fire. Love that. Haven't seen that. I'm not used to playing against pyromancers, so I don't really know like how to judge their build. It looks like we're beating them quite handily at the moment, because I turned in invulnerable with the glowing crown, and that was just so powerful. I think we blocked all their burst damage. And we're eating all their buffs, which is great. The chain whip with the amethyst is really starting to stack up tremendous amounts of damage, so feeling pretty good about that purchase. We got a green thing, chipped emerald, heart container. Every 3 seconds, gain 1 regen. Use 7 regen. That seems pretty good for us as well. I don't know, can we fit it? I would have to lose the spiked shield, I guess. I think that's worth it. We'll buy this, and then I will place the chipped emerald. Just socket it in something. And then let's pick up the fanny pack as well. We can just do that for now, rather than reorganize my whole situation here. This is my big problem with this game, is I get lazy. I don't want to redo my backpack organization every single round. Alright, so this opponent has the anvil and is generating flames, so they're also a flame-based build. This flaming torch does additional damage every time it hits. It has a chance to permanently gain damage, but that's not nearly as good as our thing that just guarantees gaining new damage every time it hits. We're also getting just a lot of extra armor, and Armored Courage the puppy is doing pretty good additional damage. Our opponent used a bunch of potions, and but I'm still pretty happy with how this fight is going. They have a heart container as well that's triggering a little faster than ours, because they have so much heat. Alright, so we made it to 10 wins, but with a couple losses, or with 3 losses actually so far. Survival mode to try to boost my rank. We could either take 28 ranking points or play 5 more rounds and see if we can get to how much we can win up to 18. Obviously, I'm going to keep going. I think I need to 5-0 in order to make that decision worth it in terms of rank points, but I also don't really care about the rank points. Let's definitely buy a flawed emerald here, and then let's re-roll. The amethyst was really good for the chain whip, because removing buffs makes its damage higher. Ripsaw Blade is pretty good as well, because this is another way to remove buffs. It would stack really well with Chain Whip, but we just don't have the stamina to support that. So I'm going to reroll here. Corrupted Crystal apparently combines with Heart Container. Yeah, let's give that a try. Make a Heart of Darkness. And then also, while it's socketed here, when we inflict debuffs, we gain armor. Yeah, that seems good. So this opponent's on a potion setup, and is going to be trying to do just a ton of burst damage to us at once, which is usually what potions do. But we're stacking up a lot of armor, so I think we'll survive the potion damage. We are getting a lot of poison, but we're somewhat counteracted by our regen, which just got stripped off, so never mind there. On the other hand, they didn't come even close to breaking our armor, so that went pretty well. Heart of Darkness does every 4 seconds steal 2 buffs, prioritizing regen. Trigger 20% faster for each dark item. I don't think I have any other dark items. This isn't, it's vampiric, but not dark. Also haven't seen any other wolf companions, even though we're supposed to get lots of those. Let me buy this chipped amethyst, and then we can turn it into a flawed amethyst. And then I'm going to reroll here. A flawless emerald, 25% chance to resist poison is really good in some fights, or gain regen after every 4 seconds. I feel like the regen's going to be pretty powerful, so I kind of want that. And then let me pick this up. Now, is there some way I can arrange it so that this is also in a fanny pack? I think I really don't care about the forging hammer, although having it be buffed by the wolf emblem is pretty good, just a lot of extra damage. But I think what I actually don't want is for this forging hammer to be attacking that frequently, because it's just stealing stamina from my chain whip. So I think we're actually better off this way. What that means then is that I want to do... Is there some way I can get these items... let's just put this in my armor for now. Amplified healing is good. So I have 6 slots and 6 slots worth of items that I want to put into the thing. On the other hand, I have this one space here. It's kind of annoying. So I guess let's do it this way, and then here we go. That means that the Flawless Emerald is not in a fanny pack, but I think that's okay. I'm going to reserve this so I can fill out that one slot because it's irritating me. This opponent's build seems to be a pretty classic ranger build using a lot of food. They generate a lot of buffs, but our buff stealing build I feel like should be heavily advantaged against a buffing build. Because we have the Heart of Darkness that's going to steal their regen. We have the Chain Whip that's going to strip buffs off of them. They are generating a lot of spikes, but our armor is outpacing their incoming damage because we're just stealing all their buffs as they try to place them. They are stripping our buffs as well. But the damage on the Chain Whip just stacks up ridiculously. You can see we're stealing so many buffs, it's hitting damage in the 50s. Compared to their weapons damage of 2 to 3. Alright, let's get this in where it will combine. Put that there, and then reroll. Another blue, which we don't have room to socket anywhere, but that's okay. Spiked Collar gives us additional Battle Rage. I think actually enter 2 more seconds of Battle Rage is going to be pretty good as well. Oh, I can actually socket that. Let's buy this as well. Then I'm going to do a reroll. I was hoping to have another 1 gold gem that I could pick up. Do I care that much about the topazes? Yeah, I probably do. I could just put these in my backpack for now, actually, because the additional stamina regen is pretty important for our build. It'll just mean that we're attacking more consistently. This opponent with a lot of stamina-free attacks and just constant attacks from the scythes, I feel like we're disadvantaged against them, but we are somewhat resistant to poison, and because of our gems, and we are stacking up a lot of armor, so looks like we should get that. They're also trying to buff, but we're constantly stealing their buffs. Alright, this build was a bit of a slow starter, but it really came together, so I'm pretty happy with how it worked out. Opponent's healing reduced, that seems pretty good. I will pick up this fanny pack. Let me reroll. Reroll again. At this point, there's not a lot that I'm looking for. Both characters drop below 80% health. Consume this and gain 1 and steal 5 life. Not an amazing potion for us, honestly. Gaining 1 vampirism and stealing 5 life. I will pick this up. Make a flawed ruby. I'm really just looking for things that will Oh, actually, sure. We'll take the glowing crown. That can go in the fanny pack, as can... Oh, wait, this isn't timed. This can go in the fanny pack. And then flawless amethyst, cleansing debuffs, or removing buffs from opponents. Yeah, I'd better pick this up so I can put it on the chain whip. I should put this chipped amethyst on in the hammer, because just cleansing debuffs is really good. Do I want another dragon skin boots? Because I could make them by forging with the forging hammer, but I don't think that's worth locking. We just have 2 more rounds also, so I would buy them next round and it wouldn't show up till the round after, which is after the end of this run. Slowing this down. So our opponent has a Wolpertinger and Ruby Whelp. They have a lot of pets, and they are speeding up a lot of their items. Their Jinx Torquilla is hitting more things than ours is, so their items are attacking very frequently. On the other hand, they just don't have the stamina regen to support their weapons, it looks like. So even with their non-stamina based attacks from their critters, they just aren't hitting us frequently enough. And our armored courage puppy is doing a lot of extra work because it's getting faster and faster over time as this triggers more and more frequently. Alright, so what can I pick up that will help me just win the last round? Probably the amethyst is the thing that will help the most. We'll just upgrade those. I guess reduce enemy healing by 15% is pretty good. Just want these in the backpack. And then I still have $9. Is there anything I can get that would help for $9? I guess I have to buy more inventory space. Reroll. A gem will help. Oh, actually, this power puppy will help. I can sell out of the box of riches, which we no longer need. And then stack this guy here, and we'll just put that there. Unfortunately, it's not being hit by Jinx. I don't think there's a good way to arrange that, but it is at least being hit by the wolf emblem. And it's just going to give me lots of buffs, which is great. Oh, and I can spend my last dollar on this chipped ruby. I could set up lifesteal or healing. I guess I'll set up healing more than steal life in my backpack. Alright, this opponent, I think we needed to 5-0 in order to make doing the endless mode more rating than just not doing the endless mode, and it looks like we will. We're consistently gaining max health against this opponent while they're losing health, and our damage is stacking up massively. We also are stacking up a lot of buffs where their buffs are just getting consistently drained. So I really like this Chain Whip build. I think that's very powerful. Obviously, this build was a little incoherent because I'm totally new. I'm just building random stuff to see what the recipes are and what the items do. But overall, I think I am very happy with the Chain Whip build. I think the debuff reducing from that is going to be very powerful, and just attack speed with that combined with other debuff or other buff removal is going to be a really good way to do damage. And that seems like a pretty solid meta build for Berserker. And we are ranking up here. So I will probably try to replicate that build a couple more times, and maybe I'll do a guide for it. But this has been Backpack Battles Early Access. Hope that you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know if you enjoy this game, of course, and I assume that if you made it 45 minutes through the video, then you've been having fun. But as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to let me know, especially when I try out a new game or a game that hasn't shown up that much on the channel recently, if it's something that you enjoy and want to see more of, or if it's something you don't enjoy and don't want to see more of. And of course, hitting like and leaving a comment on the video helps a lot to get this to a new audience. That is one of the things that's difficult with this kind of thing also, is that getting videos that aren't the games I normally cover out to the audience who would actually be interested in watching them is difficult. YouTube just makes that very hard. So engagement with this kind of video is especially helpful to me, and I really appreciate everyone who takes the time doing it. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more of this and other strategy game content. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.